Zdravo.
Hello, wie geht's?
Buongiorno.
Hello, how are you?
Olá, tudo bem?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Preply. Preply is an online language learning marketplace connecting tutors to hundreds of thousands of learners in over 180 countries worldwide. More than 35,000 teachers teach over 50 languages, powered by a machine learning algorithm that recommends the best tutors for each learner. Hit the link in the description box for access to 30% off your very first language lesson. That is 30% off your very first language lesson. Thank you, Preply. Now back to the show.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Define Podcast. Today, we have a very special guest. I'm very excited to have on Ernesta Kareckaite. How are you doing, Ernesta? How are you feeling?
Hello, good. I'm very good.
That's awesome. Awesome. Ernesta is a UFC mixed martial artist. She's from Lithuania. I've trained with her in the past. She's come to American Combat Gym when I was training there. When was that? Like 2020,
I think it was 21st.
2021. And I remember I was I don't want to say shocked because that's kind of rude, but I was very shocked at how good you were. Because I'm like, oh, she doesn't have this many fights. She doesn't seem like she'd be good, but you were very like sharp striker, like really accurate, and you were very willing to learn anything you possibly can. You were always the hardest worker in the room, and it kind of it's admiring to see this because I don't see too many. Well, nowadays the wave of female martial arts is definitely increasing, but you don't see too many women that are really willing to put themselves out there, especially when it comes to men. And I remember you were always trying to go with anybody you can, so it's always super refreshing. So, Ernesta, take me back. When did you start martial arts, and what got you interested in it in the first place?
So I started mixed martial arts when I was 16 years old.
Okay.
I was a swimmer before, so I just wanted to be, stronger and sharper in a swimming pool. And my friends were doing mixed martial arts, and I was thinking just, maybe for the girl it's good to know how to protect her and just to know to feel better, to feel stronger. And I came to the gym and I saw the atmosphere, everything in one place. The coach was amazing, and I just felt that I came to the right place where I belong. And after the first training, everything changed. And after 1 month, I just changed the sport. Even when I was in a swimming like for 10 years, I just
Oh, wow.
clicked that this is the sport, and I just changed it. And now it's already almost 10 years here. So
That's
the
crazy.
time flies. So yeah, so everything just changed in one day, and I'm still with the same coach since the first day, and I'm just feeling amazing how we can achieve everything when we believing in each other.
That's amazing. Do you remember the first time you walked into the MMA gym? That feeling
Yes,
when
yes, it
yeah, when you
was
walked
just,
in?
yeah, it was just different, feeling, because in that time, like 10 years ago, it wasn't very popular. It was just like, in some basements, people not were talking a lot about it, because, if you're a fighter, it means you're a rude person and everything.
Mm,
So now everything is changing, and it's perfect that they understand that this sports means that you have to be really, really smart if you want to be in here. So it's changing.
that's awesome. That's awesome. And is MMA big in Lithuania? I remember you said that you have, forgive me because I forget the name of the sport, but I know you have a black belt in a sport that's very similar to mixed martial
And a
arts.
kudo,
A
yeah,
kudo, a kudo.
kudo. It's cool. Yeah, it's Japanese. It's like Japanese MMA. You're fighting with the G's and the glass helmets on tatami. So it's like short fight. It's like a street fight, just only with some rules.
So is it similar to like Sambo?
Yeah, it's kind of similar. We just
Okay.
have some helmets on the head.
So do you punch? I should know this, but you don't punch the head, do you? Because with the helmet on?
Uh, yeah, you can headbutts, you can do everything.
Oh wow, wow.
Yes,
So you started
it's really good
in
sport.
oh that sounds
And
like
kudo, yeah.
in
Yeah.
Kudo. That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun. And so you
Yeah,
started in Kudo and transitioned into MMA, or you did both at the same time?
It it was when I started doing kudo. It was in the same gym we were going to the kickboxing competitions. We were going to MMA competitions. So everything was in one because this sport you can transit, in other
Hmm.
sports. So when you are amateur, you have to do as much as possible to take everything, and we did that. We were competing in kudo, kickboxing, MMA, grappling, so we took all the advantage from all the sports.
Okay, okay. And seeing as like you're still very young, how many amateur fights did you have before you turned pro?
um about 30, I think.
Oh my
30,
God,
35 maybe.
30,
Yeah,
35. That's
yeah,
a lot. So that's a lot of it. That makes
yeah.
sense now. That makes sense because you seem very you have a mature fighting style that most people your age don't. Usually when someone's, 5-0, 6-0, they're just in there just trying to take your head off. So it makes sense that you've had 30 plus fights before you even turn pro, which most amateurs don't, especially nowadays. People kind of just turn pro after like 3 fights. That's a long
Yes, that's
career.
why that's why, my coach is special for that, because he always wants to us to learn as much as possible before we turn pro, because it's really important. If you have a lot of experience before, when you're turning pro, you can feel yourself, you can feel other person. It's just different preparation and everything. You know a lot. You don't need to, prepare for the fight and just learn how to fight. So it means a
Mm,
lot.
that's awesome. So you said you're back home in Lithuania. I see you have a coat on. Is it still cold out there? It's still cold?
Yeah, it's a little bit cold. Yeah, yes, it's
Oh
different.
my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. I've yet to go to Lithuania. I've been to Poland a couple of times, and so now I have a reason to go. I'll come. What's the name of the gym? You live in and also where do you live in
Fighters land. Yeah,
Fighters
I'm living in Kaunas. Yeah, and the gym
Kaunas,
is Fighters land.
Fighters Land in Kaunas. Is this the capital of Lithuania?
Kaunas. No, it's second from the capital. Capital is Vilnius.
Oh, okay. I don't know much about Lithuania. I had a friend in high school that was Lithuanian. She was Lithuanian, but that's the only person I know. That's interesting. Interesting. Okay. And you mentioned you did swimming. You did you like quit swimming once you started mixed martial arts, or did you continue to do both?
I was at the first I was trying to do both first month, and after first
Oh,
month the coach and my coach in swimming was my mom. So my
oh,
coach from MMA and my mom said that I have to choose one, because you can do both in 100%.
yeah.
So I was looking at my mom's eyes and I said, Mom, I'm leaving the swimming.
Oh,
So,
yeah. How did she feel about that?
she was like sad, of course, but she didn't show that for me. Like,
Hmm.
she said, it's your, you choosing your life, and you know what you have to do. And she knew that I will be, 100% in that sport. I won't do like, oh, it's like I'm not going and everything. I will, if I'm choosing it, so I will be 100% in it. So she just supports me, and I'm very happy that she in it together, and she's watching the fights, trying to learn all the things and trying to understand me in most of the things like the weight cut and everything, because for the mom it's really hard to see how the kid is frustrating in the preparation with the weight cut and everything,
Yeah.
because it's really hard, and that. So yeah, but she got used to it, and she is happy that I chose it. And but of course, all life she will be a little bit sad because I'm not the swimmer, but everything is good.
Yeah. It's okay. You can still swim for fun, right? That's always an
Yes,
option,
yes,
right? Yeah. When it comes to moms and watching their
yeah,
kids fight, it's not something they like love doing, right? You're like, that's my baby. She's getting hit. No.
yes,
So it's
yes,
crazy. It's crazy. My mom is the same way. She's like, why are you
yeah.
doing that? Why would you let someone hit you? I'm like, I don't want them to hit me. But so Ernesta, did you ever in your wildest dreams believe that you'd make it to the UFC or even think that it's possible?
you know,
Being from Lithuania,
maybe maybe it is selfish, but I know it from since day one that I will
Oh
be there.
wow. Okay.
So because with the coach we believe that we can do that, and since day one we just step by step was dreaming about it and working for it, and we knew that one day it will come. So and it came, so we are very happy, and now it's like a first step, and we are just starting our journey right now. So
That's
life
amazing.
is crazy, but you believe it, you can do it. So
That's
All right, I just wanted to take the time out to thank our new sponsors, We Hate Clubs. We Hate Clubs is a brand which was developed with the idea that people should live outside of their comfortable spaces. Leaning into music, art, photography, parties, and fashion, We Hate Clubs is built to function as something greater than oneself. Make sure to follow We Hate Clubs on Instagram if you're in the Chicagoland area. Now back to the show.
amazing. That's amazing. It's very inspiring. Self-belief is a real thing, from day one you believe in yourself that you could do something. And it shows that you have a purpose in this world, whatever, whatever, wherever you come from and wherever your situation is, that you for sure have a purpose, and you're a testament to showing that, especially to young women too, that feel like they have a hard time thinking, what could I do? Or I'm living here, or I'm in this situation. What could I do? It's like, no, look at Ernesta. She comes from all the way up. You don't hear about Lithuania, honestly. It's a very small country, and I've known about it just because I have a friend from there. But and I also don't think that well, you said it is MMA is bigger in Lithuania than other countries in Europe, but even in America, MMA is starting to get big here, and it is really big here, but so many people don't know about it or are invested in it and don't think that you could be successful in it. And partly because it is really hard to be successful in MMA, but like you said, you keep trying, you believe in yourself, and you can for sure make it. That's amazing. That's amazing. And where do you
thank
think,
you, thank you.
no, no problem. Where do you think um you'll be after um some time. So you just got into the UFC after your Contender Series fight. You were on a pay-per-view on your first fight, which is kind of crazy, don't you think? Like first
Yes,
fight in the UFC pay-per-view, and they put a lot of stock in you because they don't just put anybody on pay-per-view cards, no matter where you are in the card. I think your Contender Series fight was so amazing that they really do believe in you, and they gave you that spot. And which your fight was an amazing fight, by the way. I personally I did think you won, but I mean you're in Brazil. It's a that's a hard you got to knock somebody out there to win. So it's but what I really admired was how you fought through adversity in the first round. A lot of people would have given up in
thank you.
that situation. So many people would have given up. They're wrapped up in a terrible situation with a killer on their back because she was a legitimately high level grappler, and you got out of it, and then you found your way to a dominant performance. Well, I wouldn't say completely dominant because you didn't win, but you know what I mean. Like you came back and you fought your heart out. What was going through your mind in the first
Yes.
round? Oh, actually, I'm sorry.
I
I
was
asked you
in
two
those people.
questions. I asked you two questions. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to confuse you. But let's just go with the second question, and I'll wrap it back. So, what would you feel in the first round?
Okay, so in that position when I was in the first round, in that position in my preparation, I was so many times, so many people was on my back just to get
Mm.
used to it. So in that position when I was in a fight, in my mind was no, 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 it's impossible for you to do that.
Oh,
So I just knew that it's not gonna end like that. So
you've been here before, right? Like, you've been here so many times.
yeah,
It is.
yes, I just knew that it won't happen. So I just stood up and you see everything is possible. You just
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
work on
yeah.
that.
The self-belief. That's it's important though. It's important to people to when they're in camp, right? To put yourself in the worst position possible constantly
Yes,
and make yourself as tired as possible, just so when it happens in the fight, you're not freaking out and you're not thinking, oh no, oh no.
yes,
You're thinking, nah. That's actually amazing. The thought process. You're like, I've been here before with people that are better than you. You're not gonna do this to me here. That's amazing.
yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And then in the second and third round, especially the third round, you were on fire. You were like, let's go. It's my turn now. What flipped the switch? Was it something your coach said? Was it just like you said, you just knew in your heart that you were gonna do this anyway, or did something change your
You
mindset?
know, um, I'm always like slow starters. So every
Hmm.
time I'm starting from most of the time from second round, and of course my corner, my coach, just changed a little bit the plan. But yes, after like first round I knew that I have to give myself all in, and after the second and the third round I didn't have like other option. But at the same time I'm always hungry to win, so my mind is always just going forward and trying to take what's mine. So um in this fight, just the first round didn't as as good as I wanted to be, but at the same time the second and third round showed a little bit of myself. So I really hope that I will take the fight as soon as possible, and I will have an opportunity to show myself. So just willing to get it as soon as possible.
Okay, let's go. Also, that was my next question. When do you want to get back in there? ASAP, anytime, whenever. No break. Let's go.
Yes, yes, I just no, no break. Just give me the fight that I want to
Let's
fight.
go. Let's go, Ernesta.
Yes.
This is the mindset though. This is a mindset that people really need to see. A lot of people want to take breaks in between or feel sorry for themselves after losing, but you're just right back in camp, ready to
No,
go because
I I don't feel sorry. I just feel that I just need to show myself because like I didn't take the chance to show myself, so I really
you did
want to
though. You
show
did.
that. And
You did, especially round three.
so
Especially round three. I'm telling you, round three was like, oh my God, who like this is crazy. If you did you watch the fight back? Did you hear the announcers? They were even thinking that you
yes.
won. It was really incredible. It's very rare to see something like that. Like in round one, you get dominated in a grappling position. She's holding you down, and then you come back round two. She's just laying on the floor the whole time. She's not trying to engage with you, which could be very frustrating, in a fight that you're down in. And then in round three, you just completely, you're like, we're doing, let's go. Fight down, throwing sharp shots, accurate, down the middle, nothing looping, and you didn't seem tired. A lot of people would have given up by that point. So, sorry, there's a bug in here. But it's it's incredible. I was really surprised, and this is coming from your Contender Series fight, which was already incredible in itself. And which was probably one of the best fights I've seen on the Contender Series. And that fight was crazy. So then you show yourself again your UFC debut on the big show. I don't think you have anything to be ashamed of. You, like you said, you don't feel sorry for yourself. You're right back in camp and you're ready to go again, which is which is beautiful. You know, you have that warrior spirit, and
Thank
I
you.
love that. And I wish you the best of luck. I hope you get another good fight, another big. They put you on another big card, or I can see you headlining a fight night, something crazy. They're going to be in Europe soon, so who knows? Maybe going the Manchester card or the Paris card, something that'll be cool. And
Thank you.
and so I know you're still in Florida. Well, you're in Lithuania, but you're still training in Florida and
Yes.
at MMA Masters. Is it, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
MMA Masters.
Masters.
What prompted that decision for you to go there?
Because in Lithuania everything is just perfect, but I need the girls who can like be with me in preparations because of the sparring partners and everything,
Okay.
and we don't have many girls in Lithuania, so that's
Mm,
the main reason why we are going there. And of course the acclimatization and everything, so you get used to it for the climate, for the time zone, and everything is very good. So and yes, when you're in a camp in other country, you just forget everything about us. You just training, 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 and it's very good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Florida's nice too. Can't beat that.
Yes,
Florida weather, the
yes,
Florida weather. You like training? Would you
yes.
prefer to stay in Lithuania if you had the training partners there, or do you like the split? Because I feel like it's kind of hard,
Um,
back and forth.
Yes, it's I don't know if it would be like decision for me. It's
Hmm.
perfect that you can prepare in your country, but at the same time, if you want to be better, you have to go out of your comfort zone and you have to change all the time. And if you want to be better, you have to grow up and see the other people how they can like you have to manage yourself with other people, different countries people, and so I
Hmm.
think the United States is really good place to see that and to feel that, and always when you're coming back, you feel that you grow up. So
Okay. Do you ever plan to move here full time, or do you like the split between going home and back?
um, I don't know, just just
Yeah.
everything how is going right now, it's very good, so I don't want to change it. I probably think that if I will get the fight, I will again go to USA. So it's
Okay.
my life, this is the sport where you have to um go and go and go every time. So you're always in the camps, always in different countries, always fighting in a different countries. So
Hmm.
I choose I choose it. I chose it, so everything is perfect for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I remember this a while ago. I saw you post this on Instagram maybe I want to say it was last year or 2 years ago, but you graduated from university. Was that
Hmm.
2 years ago? How long ago was that?
Last year I got my master degrees in coaching, so I
Oh,
have
whoa.
bachelor and masters right now. Yes,
Okay. So you were going to university while you were training and fighting full time as a professional? That's
yes.
crazy. That's crazy. That's great. And your master's
You
degree,
know,
oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
so I think when you doing a lot, then you can do everything. But if you're not doing anything, just you can't get anything, just
That's
in
so true.
discipline and you always have time. So
Man, Ernesta, you're making me feel bad. I have so many excuses for myself. I'm like, I can't do this because I'm doing this. Uh, no, this is awesome. This is awesome. Well, that's cool. And it translates directly to what you're doing, right? So it's kind of like a love thing with learning, especially in coaching, and then also training as well. And
Yes.
yeah. So Ernesto, when it's all said and done, where do you see yourself? That was my first question originally. So with the belt, right? I'm assuming that's what you're in there for, the legacy.
Yes. Like, um, sorry, didn't hear the question right now because of the connection.
Oh, okay. I said, when it's all said and done, what's the story? What's the storybook ending for you with fighting? I said, obviously, I'm assuming you want the belt and you want to be a champion,
Yes.
which is the reason why I
Yes.
know that's the reason why you even started it. So that's the goal, right?
Yes.
To become UFC
Yes.
world champion.
Yes.
All right. I can see
Without,
that.
without, without that, I'm not going anywhere.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I believe it. I believe it. And I believe it and I truly believe it just because, a lot of people say that, but and I'm more of a seer to believer to believe it. And I've trained with you and I've seen you train. So I know how hard you work. And this is with no cameras around, when no one's around. Um, and it's not for show. I know how hard you train and I know how much this means to you and how much you've sacrificed. Even like behind the scenes, I've seen it all, people don't know you come to America several times. You've trained the whole training camp, cut the weight, and then they pull out of the fight last minute, or the promotion ends with they do some bullshit or something. I've seen this, many years with you, so it's very heartwarming to see that you stayed with it and then you still made it to the UFC because there's a lot of things, and I know you wouldn't say this, oh, I did this, but I'm saying it for you because I know what you've done, the hard work you put in, the sprints you run, the all the, everything, the extra pad work, the staying after class, after everyone's leaving, coach is like, you can go home, Ernesto. You're like, no, I'm gonna stay until the next, I've seen all this and it's very inspiring, and I know that you're going to be a huge inspiration for a lot of girls in your country and a lot of kids and a lot of other people in your country and around the world. So, um, any final thoughts, Ernesta, before I let you go? I don't want to take too much of your time.
Um, my thoughts about it.
Yeah, about anything in general. Any message you
Um,
have for anybody.
my message for everybody is just if you if you have a right person by your side, like I have my coach, and you believe in your work and you believe in each other and you really sacrifice for it, you can achieve everything. You just have to don't stop because like life is a long journey, but if you believe, truly, truly believe, and you sacrifice for it, you can achieve everything. Like it doesn't matter what it is, and it doesn't matter in what um position in your life you are, you can do everything.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, Ernesta, where could people find you? I know you have Instagram. Do you have like YouTube channel or podcast or anything like this?
Right now I have only Instagram and Facebook. Maybe in the future I will have more, but right now
Okay,
it's most
okay,
of the time on Instagram.
okay. Instagram. I would encourage you to, that's just me. I think you have an interesting life. You're going back and forth. This life you're living, I think a lot of people would be interested in seeing you outside of just being in the cage. But you don't have to take my advice. I'm just saying I would watch it. I'm being selfish here. If you had a YouTube channel, showing what you do on your daily basis, what you're eating, how you're training, where you're going, you and your coach, I would watch it. So, maybe in the future, maybe
I
in the
I,
future,
I
who
will
knows?
think about I will think about it for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you.
okay, okay. Well, thank you so much, Ernesta. I'm gonna let you go. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come talk with us. It means the world to me. So I wish you the best of luck in the future and go get it as soon as possible, right? You're getting it back in there. Let's go. Let's go. All
Yes.
right.
Thank you very
Amazing.
much, and I appreciate
Oh,
your time too. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. All right. Have a great day, Ernesta.
You too. Bye bye.
Thank you to our new sponsors, Flow State Coffee. Flow State Coffee is a performance coffee with ingredients that give you a deeper focus, better mood, and it lowers caffeine-related anxiety so you don't get any jitters or shake. It's coffee made to get shit done.
Be sure to use discount code DEFY, DEFY at checkout for 10% off all sales.